of the Uniform Civil Code essentially are. Let's take a look at the challenges also. The advantages was equal status to all citizens. One nation, one law. No discrimination on the basis of any religion. Promotes gender parity in some of the provisions. For example, inheritance rights for women. And that's how it promotes gender parity. Also accommodates aspirations of the youth. These are some of the advantages. Support national integration. Essentially, it's a country and everybody should be following one law. That's what the idea really is. Bypasses issue of reforms in personal laws. A lot of chatter around personal laws and reforms that they require, but that requirement is done away with once there is uniform civil code implemented in the entire country. State after state intends to do it, at least the BJP-ruled states, as we've seen. What about the challenges, practical difficulties because of the diversity in India? The argument is that how can there be one law when there are just so many of us and there is so much diversity? UCC also being seen as a big interference with religious freedom. Many religions have come out and said that we've been following our personal laws. Why should we suddenly follow any other law? That's interference. Viewed as interference of state in personal matters. The government brings in this law like Uttarakhand government intends to. Why should the state be interested in our personal laws is the question that some religions are asking. Also can't be seen as biased towards the majority community. This essentially is a challenge as well. Fear UCC won't usher expected equality among gender. It's a concern that eventually it may not lead to this sort of parity that we're talking about, and that continues to be a bit of a question mark there. Ankit continues to be with us for more details on that story. Ankit, once again for our viewers, talk to us about the exact provisions also that the Congress is opposing in the bill, in the draft bill. Essentially, this is an election year. The BJP at the center also has been talking about the need to implement one nation, one law, one by one, perhaps all set to become a reality, at least in the BJP-ruled states, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely, Sneha. And looking at the BJP states from west to east, from Gujarat to Assam, now everyone is following and monitoring closely at the developments in Uttarakhand today, because today is going to be a historic day. Uttarakhand will become the first state if the bill is implemented. And such a detailed bill has been drafted by the UCC committee. There are opposing voices coming from across the corners, from Muslim community to opposition. Muslim community says that they are the UCC seems to be targeting only Muslim personal laws, and there are not much details about other religions being impacted by the UCC bill. Opposition says that the details of the UCC bill should have come in public first, and then after a thorough study, it should have been tabled in the assembly. So the opposition didn't get much time to discuss, and that is why the opposition is opposing today. And before that, because it's been 2 years since the first time CM Pushkar Singh Dhami had announced the formation of UCC committee and bringing the UCC bill in the state. Now 2 years passed, the opposition is opposing today because they say that they did not get the details in public and they could not share their suggestions so that the draft could have been an inclusive draft. However, the government has been regularly maintaining and saying that this draft is inclusive and it is for all, like we follow the constitution. Even today, when CM Pushkar Singh Dhami was entering the assembly, well, he was holding a constitution in his hand, and it can be pretty much seen that CM Dhami is determined to bring the UCC law today. And like I said earlier, that BJP has 47 seats in assembly, and so far it is in a much stronger position right now. Going back to the history, in 1960s, Bharatiya Janata Sangh has first announced that when they will come in power, they will bring UCC, and even the annual meetings of BJP in 86 and 90s, they have been maintaining that UCC will be a part of manifesto. So UCC has been in BJP's manifesto so far for many years, and even in 2022, when the assembly elections were on way. So CM Pushkar Singh Dhami had promised the people that we will bring UCC very soon in the state, and it is happening right now, and it is happening today. Sneha.
All right. I'm just going to come back to you, Ankit. Getting asked all of those details. We also have a reaction coming in from the former Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, Harish Rawat has spoken out. Let's take a listen.
मेरी शिकायत क्योंकि धामी जी की उत्सुकता समझ में आती है, क्योंकि उन्होंने बहुत चतुराई से अपना भाजपा के अंदर स्थान बनाने के लिए इस यूसीसी का उपयोग किया है। मगर केंद्र से मेरी शिकायत ये है कि उन्होंने उत्तराखंड जैसे छोटे राज्य को, सीमांत राज्य को, जो संवेदनशील राज्य है कई दृष्टिकोणों से, आपने उसको टोकनिज्म के लिए इस्तेमाल किया।
Ankit continues to be with us. Ankit, in fact, a section of the Congress has spoken about the fact that this obviously is a tool that the BJP is going to be using in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections to polarize further, given that certain religions have opposed implementation of one nation, one law. They clearly say it's an interference really with the personal law, isn't it?
Yes, I was hearing Harish Rawat, who's the former Uttarakhand Chief Minister. He says, he had earlier said that the Uniform Civil Code cannot be implemented in any particular state because Article 44 says that it should be implemented across the country. And now he says that that the government is polarizing because it's a kind of token for winning the Lok Sabha elections. Congress has been opposing, even in the center, the Congress has been opposing this UCC bill for a long time because UCC has been on cards for decades, and Congress has been opposing it. In the 80s, Congress brought Muslim Protection Rights Bill for women, and even UCC is likely to abolish that kind of bill which prohibits Muslim women from getting maintenance after a divorce. So Congress has been alleging that the BJP is polarizing the matter because Lok Sabha elections are on. Now, after Pran Pratishtha ceremony in January last month, the whole nation has converted into Ramay environment, and the Congress believes that one after one, BJP is bringing such steps that it is going to sweep. So Congress strategy is pretty much failing in the state. Uttarakhand opposition has been on weaker side, and that is why the aggression can be seen from Congress too. But the UCC is going to come in today's assembly, and it is going to be implemented very soon. Though last night the Congress members, who are also a part of Business Advisory Committee, walked out of the meeting because the works meeting was supposed to decide whether the UCC should be listed for tomorrow or not. And Congress, along with the Speaker Ritu Khanduri and Parliamentary Affairs Minister of Uttarakhand Assembly, Premchand Agarwal, were also there, and they were discussing the issue. And in the midst of the meeting, both leaders of Congress, Yashpal Arya, who's the leader of opposition, and Pritam Singh, walked out of the Business Advisory Committee and also resigned. They said that this is not the way to call this session a special session, because this is the continuation of the last session, which was not declared, and you are continuing a previous session, and you cannot say this is a special session, and you cannot bring the UCC bill like this. So Congress is in a mood to thwart the process, and the UCC bill must not be tabled today. But because they don't have numbers, they are helpless and they can only oppose, because BJP has 47 MLAs, and once tabled, it has a smooth passage so far, and UCC is going to be the history.
All right. Ankit, I'm going to, for the moment, thank you. We'll, of course, keep coming back to you for more details on that big story right now from the state of Uttarakhand.